It is Thursday the 30th of August 2018. As you can see, we are in the Land Rover and we're doing the very short trip over to the Winnie's allotment. Normally we'd do it on foot, but today we are taking over 10 buckets of sugar syrup and we're going to feed the bees, feed each of our hives. And the reason why we're doing this is because last night we discovered one of our hives had a problem. In fact, we may actually have lost the hive, the colony may have died, and our fear is that that colony starved. It's the only one that we'd taken the honey off, and we assumed that there was still plenty of foraging around for the bees and that they would survive without being fed. Sadly, it looks as though that is not the case, so we may well have lost that colony. We'll know for certain tonight when we open it up. But as a precaution, we're going to feed all of the other 9 colonies. Hence the reason why we have to bring everything over in the Land Rover. It's an awful lot of sugar syrup. We've just checked this hive here. It is actually looking quite good. It was one of the strong colonies from last year. A lot of it looks like the super on the top is full of honey, so we'll hopefully be harvesting that soon. This colony in the middle that David has just opened, this was one of this year's swarms, so we are going to feed that one with a sugar syrup, but for some reason David is opening the top. And
small gap size. It's central based.
Yeah, it's colonies in the middle frames. So that box, which presumably had, we must have given them fondant, will be replaced with a bucket of syrup. There you go, bucket in place. We finished adding the syrup to the hives here, the 6 on our near side allotment, and I think relatively speaking we're quite happy with the state of those hives. One that we want to go back to because it seems to be in have quite a lot of honey on the super on the top, but we'll know for sure when we do a check on it. So what we've got to go do now is check the 4 hives that we've got on our far side plot. Right, we've now checked the 4 hives on the far side plot. 3 of them are in good order. As I say, the 4th one we knew was a problem. We thought was entirely dead, but it's not quite. There are still some bees in there. Now, we've fed them. We've cleared out all the dead bees, and I've got to say, I guess about at least 80-90% of the bees of that colony have died. But we've cleared out the dead ones. And we've fed the remaining ones. I still don't think it will survive, but we will at least try our best. And it's therefore the syrup hopefully will give it sufficient to keep it alive. The question is, has the queen survived? And we don't know that. We didn't have the queen marked in that colony. And if it hasn't survived, then the colony will die gradually over the next few weeks. But let's just see what happens. The other colonies here are in good order, so that's the good news. We haven't just been doing beekeeping things today, we have also spent this morning cleaning out the quail house. We will shortly be adding to the colony here the young birds that were hatched a few weeks ago, and they are maturing now and therefore no longer need to be kept in the brooder box. But we also have some more quail eggs which are due to hatch in the next couple of days, so the brooder box is needed for them. However, a lot of these male birds are not staying with us. Basically, we've got too many male quail birds, and we are about to contact somebody who keeps birds of prey, and we will be passing on to him the surplus male birds so that they can become bird of prey food. Now, the manure from the quail house has been put to good use. I've actually gave it to the Winnie's Community Garden so that they could put it on some raised beds. Now, the raised beds have just been cleared of what was growing in them, the various vegetables, and we've put the quail manure on the top of those raised beds. So there it is, and what will happen is it will be allowed to rot down during the autumn, winter and early spring, and the rain and the snow will wash the nutrients into the soil. And feed beds are now ready, so they got the manure. So obviously nothing is wasted, but these beds were not, they'd done their work for the year, so effectively they've been put to sleep, put into hibernation until the new year, until spring. So this was a good time to add the manure.